welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani, and it's my 10-day New Year's 2025 yoga challenge. So practicing a little bit every day really goes a long way to improve your overall health and well-being. I practice every day, just small amounts, and you feel healthier, you feel more balanced emotionally, you feel that you have more physical mobility. There are so many benefits to taking a little bit of practice every day, and that's what this challenge is about. So commit yourself to getting on your mat for 10 days in a row with me, and it has to be just a little bit of a short practice. You can do it. Grab a mat. Let's get started. So let's start today's practice laying down on the back, resting your lower back, and you'll take your feet mat width distance apart, letting your knees knock into touch, and rest your hands on your belly. And we'll take a brief centering meditation to arrive in your body. So you simply relax from the back of the head to the tail. Relax your lower jaw and let all the tension of your face melt away. And then slowly you scan your body and check in with how you feel today, tuning into any areas of the body that might need attention. So start to notice the natural flow of your breath to help guide you into the present moment, noticing the flow of your breath in and out of your nose. Anytime your mind wanders off or gets distracted, gently guide the focus back to your breath and to this practice today. Taking a moment to set your intention for practice. What do you want to cultivate here in this practice? Let that intention help guide the effort you put in. And we'll slowly start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Gradually allowing the knees to drape to one side and the other, and pausing wherever feels good to pause. Bringing out your hips and back. And then as your knees come back to center, go ahead and gather your knees in and give a squeeze. And then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh in a figure 4 shape. And then if it's available, take your right hand, slip it between that space in the legs. Hands are in the left knee crease or the front of the shin for figure 4. Flex your feet and plug your right thigh right into the hip. Find the lower back drifting down into the ground and rock gently. And then hug the legs closer towards you, uncross, bring your feet onto the floor, and we'll take figure 4 on the other side. Left ankle on top of right thigh, thread the needle, hands in the right knee crease or the front of the shin. And feel free to rock a little bit, pressing that left inner knee away from your face and flexing the feet to bring the sensation more in the hip and out of your left knee. And then hug the leg a little closer in. Uncross, full happy baby, reaching for your ankles or the outside edges of the feet, and soles of feet face the sky. There's a long line of energy from crown to tail flowing through the central channel. Relax your jaw, unclench your jaw. Then release your feet, cross either ankle on top, and rock yourself right up to sit. And when you arrive up to sit, roll your shoulder blades onto the back, reach your arms up. Take an inhale, stretching your arms up away from the hips, and then exhale, roll over your knees, come into a tabletop position. Finding yourself on all fours, fan the fingers wide and look down and see that the first fingers are parallel. Elbows are a little bit soft. Let the belly hang down. On the inhale, spread your chest, look up. On the exhale, press through the tops of the feet, scoop the tail and round the spine, chin to chest. Working with a few gentle cat and cows. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward or up. Then exhale, press the ground away. Scoop the tail and round. One more inhale, tuck your toes, lift the sitting bones, look up, and then exhale, stretch the hips toward the heels, slide the hands forward, coming into your active extended child's pose with toes tucked under. And we're coming up onto tented fingers, Hasta Bandha, lifting the center of the palms right up into your underarms. And then walk your fingertips over to the right, keeping your arms extended, keeping your fingertips about shoulder width. Stretch long from the left pinky to the hip. Crease and peek at your right hip, breathing through the left side. Inhale, left side. Exhale, walk the hands back to center, and we'll walk the hands all the way over to the left, crunching that left side, looking at the left hip and breathing through the right side. Spacious inhales fill that right rib. And then exhale, tented fingers back to center. Let's lift the belly and slide that right foot through right between the hands. Keeping the back toes tucked, interlace your hands on top of that right thigh. And you can just sink down and then lift the hips and take a gentle pulsation here with that light interlace of the hands pressing on top of the right thigh and the shoulder blades right on the back. So inhale, drop. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. If your back knee feels tender, you can always pad it with a blanket or by folding the edge of your mat over to create an extra cushion. Couple more. And then we're looking for a place in between those actions where the right knee is over the heel. The left inner thigh lifts up into your body. And then sweep the arms forward and up, right up alongside the ears into crescent lunge. Reaching your pinky fingers straight up, arch through the upper ribs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, belly in, hands frame the front foot. Now take the top of that left foot flat, and we'll take a simple twist, bringing your right hand onto your back. Your left hand can come a little wider than the shoulder. Slide your right hand around toward the outer left hip. Squeeze that right shoulder blade away from the ear. And take one inhale, and then exhale, release that right hand on the inside of your right knee. We're going to lift the hips, and then we're going to kick the left toes back and stand up through the torso and press the outside edge of your right foot into the ground. And then reach your right fingertips up and over, slowly bringing your left fingertips onto the ground. If that's not available, you can just stay upright and just reach the right hand over a little bit. If you're able to take your hand on the ground, go ahead. And press strongly through the outside of the right foot and reach the right fingertips away from your right heel. And let's look down at that left hand. Then we're going to inhale. And when you exhale, release your right hand onto the floor. Walk your hands on the lengthwise side of the mat back to your right foot. Kick your left toes back and turn your right toes forward. Lift your left thigh and step into a downward dog. In this downward dog, creating this upside down V shape, fan your fingers wide and pedal out your feet as you lift your lower back up toward the ceiling and eventually dropping both heels down, hollowing the belly at the end of your exhale. Then lift your heels, lift your belly on the inhale, glide into a plank. So in plank pose, back of the head is over the tail. We have this nice long line from back of head to tail in your plank. If it's too much, you just touch your knees down lightly. So we're lowering down through chaturanga, which is back of head in alignment with the tail. If you need to, you can touch your knees down. We're going to come onto the belly, take your feet flat. On your inhale, glide the chest through into a cobra pose, any amount of back bend, looking up. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips to heels, coming into child's pose again. Tented fingers, lift your belly, slide your left foot through, and then go ahead and take your hands, interlace the awkward finger on top, right on top of that left thigh. Back toes are tucked. When you inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, lift up, and you kind of press that interlace of the hands into the top of the thigh. And then let's work with that a couple times, that pulsation in and out. Again, if that right knee is not feeling good, you could pad it with a blanket, or you could roll the mat edge over. We'll just try this a couple times. Good. And finding a place right between those actions, sweep the arms forward and up into crescent lunge, reaching the chest straight up, reaching your arm bones back. Inhale, exhale, belly in, hands frame that front foot, and we'll come into that twist. Right hand a little wider than the shoulder. Left hand's going to come onto your back and swipe toward the right. Peel that left shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, exhale, release the left hand down. So we'll start to send the hips back. And as you do that, kick your right toes back behind the knee and then stand on up and press the outside edge of your left foot into the ground. And then your right hand can be on the hip as you slide your left arm up overhead, or go ahead and take your left fingertips down and reach your left fingertips away from your outer left heel. Inhale through that left side. Exhale, walk your hands back along the lengthwise side of your mat. Walk your hands toward your left foot. Bring your left knee over the heel, and then lift your right thigh and step right back into downward dog. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. And we'll make our way into a tabletop. Cross your ankles underneath and sit behind your heels. Squeeze your knees in, extend your heels out straight, and reach the arms up, reaching the fingertips up away from the hips. You want to lift your lower back and look up. Inhale, and then exhale, reach for your toes. If your toes are not available, you can take your shins or your ankles and spread your chest toward your feet, and then look toward your belly. Inhale, expand the back ribs. Exhale, fold, melting the belly over the thighs. And then start to drop your tail, sit up tall, make your way onto your back. And you're coming down onto your back again. Revisit in your mind's eye your intention for practice today. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. And find your brief Shavasana. Shavasana is the final posture where all you have to do is rest and lay in the support of the floor. Let all of the muscles of the body and all of the joints relax. Open and receptive for any insight or wisdom that you notice as you do nothing for a little while and allow the calm nervous system to turn back on as you tune into your innately peaceful nature. Thanking yourself for showing up and taking this time on your mat. And take your hands on your belly. Let's invite compassion for the self and also gratitude, finding your gratitude practice for anything at all. Wiggling your toes and stretching your arms overhead. Take a reset stretch, big full inhale. Exhale, hug both knees in and give yourself a hug. Rocking side to side, massaging out your back. And then slowly roll to either side to take a pause, and remembering your intention, slowly press up to sit. Finding yourself again in a tall, upright seat. Thank you so much for joining me. Great job stepping on your mat, and please practice every day for the next 10 days. This is day 1 of a 10-day challenge, and please post in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how this feels for you. And if you can like, share, subscribe, spread the word about my channel, hit that super thanks button. I appreciate all of those things and look forward to practicing with you in 2025 and beyond. Take care.